is N4NT, and we ask that this frequency remain clear as we conduct the last call. W4FKM. 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 My fellow amateurs and members of the Bristol Amateur Radio Club, W4FKM has not answered his last call. As of April 13th, 2024, W4FKM Claude Wood is a silent key. Following an honorable discharge from the Army, Claude pursued his interest in broadcasting and was employed as a DJ at several radio stations including WOPI, WGAT and WKIN, where he was known as Charley O'Day or Good Times Charley. Claude later became the 11 o'clock news anchorman at WJHL TV in Johnson City. He started his own video production company, CW Productions, and later partnered with Masters Entertainment Group, where they contracted with ESPN2 for various IHRA shows as well as World of Trucks. This was a career that he loved, working both behind the camera and as host and editor, as it allowed him to travel all over the U.S. Claude enjoyed a lifelong hobby of ham radio and was a purist using Morse Code. Claude's other favorite pastime was baseball, which he loved since his childhood years in Little League. Long live the memory of W4FKM. At this time, we will observe a moment of silence and then we will start the net. Calling the Bristol 2-meter net, calling the Bristol 2-meter net. This is N4NT. My name is Adam, and I will be the net control station for this session. The Bristol 2-meter net meets each Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the 146.67 repeater. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, the National Traffic System, and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. All amateurs are welcome to check in. Are there any announcements or bulletins for the net? Okay, is there any formal or informal traffic for the net? Okay, hearing none at this time, we'll take check-ins from any mobiles or portables. Any mobile or portable station, please call now.
N4NT, please check in. KL1ZA, Jim in Bristol.
So, Quebec 4, Delta Charlie Papa, Jerry at South Holston Lake.
Okay, we picked up two on the mobile portable check-ins. That's KL1ZA and KQ4DCP. Any other mobiles or portables? All right, let's go back up for some comments on these, and we'll start with Jim, KL1ZA.
This is KL1ZA. I regret that I did not know Claude. Sounds like he was a very interesting man, and probably would have liked to have met him. But with that, yeah, everything's going fine here. Have the night off, and back to work tomorrow. With that, I will say 7-3 from KL1ZA.
Okay, Jim, thanks for checking in, and appreciate the comments. Yeah, he was a former net controller, one of your predecessors there before you started doing the net on a regular basis. But good to have you checking in tonight. Let's go up now to South Holston Lake and Jerry, KQ4 DCP.
Good evening, Adam, and everyone on the net. I jumped the gun a little bit. I ain't portable, but since I done stepped on everybody, I'll give my comments here. And yes, I didn't know Claude either, but he sounded like he had a full-time hobby at the radio stuff, and I hope he enjoyed it all. But I've got 73 degrees here, no rain. It looks like we got a little wind gusting up here, about 11 miles an hour out of the south. Well, that's a 16-mile-an-hour gust there, but I hope everybody's had a good week. It's been beautiful, and I'll just turn it back to net control. This is KQ4 DCP clear.
All right, Jerry, thanks for checking in. Yeah, if that's the worst thing you do, then we'll be all right. That's no problem. That happens. All right, that's our mobile portable section. We'll now open up the net to any and all check-ins. Any regular check-ins, please call now.
WE4AWJ, Emmett in Bristol. November 4, Kilo Zulu Sugar, Gary, Piney Flat.
KQ4, IHI, all in Meadowview.
All right, let's go over what we got so far. WE4AWJ followed by N4KZS, and then we had KQ4IHI. Any other stations? All right, well, let's roll it back for some comments. Maybe we'll pick up a few more after that. We'll start with our club vice president and chaplain, Emmett, WE4AWJ. Good evening, Emmett.
Good evening, Adam, and everybody on the net, and anybody that might be listening. Well, I was saddened to hear about Claude's passing. I didn't know about it, but I remember him. I remember him from TV, and I remember hearing about him on the radio. I don't listen to the radio that much, regular radio. Anyway, yeah, I remember him net controlling in the past, and we have lost a lot of good standards, and I wish my prayers go out to the family and all his friends, and remembering them, and hope they find comfort. And moving on from there, it's been a hot day. I mowed the grass again. It's twice in 3 days. I want to get it down. And I did a little turkey hunting Monday. Let's put it this way, it wasn't for cell phones, I would have had a turkey. So, anyway, that's pretty much it with me. I hope everybody has a good night, 73, and take care. And we'll turn it back to net control. It's WE4AWJ.
All right, Emmett, thanks for checking in. Appreciate the comments there. And yeah, I remember when I first met Claude. I was really young when he was on WJHL, but I kind of somewhat remember that, but I wasn't aware of that at the time I met him. And just talking to him at the club meetings, I said, well, you've got a voice for radio. And then he explained to me what he did in the past, and of course I was just taken in at that point and just amazed at anything he wanted to tell me. I wanted to listen. But I appreciate you checking in, and I hope you have a little better luck next time on the turkey hunt. That's probably why you don't carry a cell phone, I'm sure. That's probably a part of it right there, so you can hunt the old-fashioned way and not scare them off. All right, up next we've got our club treasurer, Gary in Piney Flats, N4KZS. Good evening, Gary.
Hey, good evening, Adam, and everyone else on the repeater you're listening. Man, kind of didn't know about Claude. It's kind of a shock here when you come out with that. And gosh, Claude grew up on Carter Street, just off of Randolph, between Randolph and Euclid Avenue. Him and Joe Davison, Sammy Stevenson, and there was one more guy lived on the Euclid end. I can't think of his name right now, but they were all amateur operators when they were in high school. They were a couple of years older than me at the time. The only thing I did then was CB radio, but they were there, and one thing I remember, they were always involved in the science fair at school, and when you went to the science fair, you'd see this two big rods going up toward the ceiling, and it looked like Frankenstein's laboratory of high voltage running up and down between those wires, and that was those guys over there. That was all of them. But yeah, I've known Claude for a long time, and got back with him. You know, he was active in the club and everything there for quite some time, and I didn't know that if he's been ill or anything. I hadn't run into him or anything, but I really hate to hear that. And anyway, we're doing all right on this end, studying for that extra test. Passing it about, right now, 2 times out of 3 practice exams. So we're getting close. And 70 degrees down here, a little bit of clouds. Just a great day and a great evening. Back to you, Adam.
Okay, Gary, thanks for checking in. We definitely appreciate those comments about Claude and hearing about that. Of course, we're recording the net, and I plan on trying to share this with his family, so I'm sure they will appreciate that as well. That reminds me, I was reading his QRZ bio, and I remember talking to Claude about this some time ago. But his original call was WN4FKM, and he actually had went and retained his original call through forming like a small club so he could retain that call sign, and he kept that as well. It was a good idea. Actually, I got the same idea myself from him with my original call, so it's pretty neat what he did. But anyway, good luck on that extra. I know it took me quite a few times. I took the test 6 times, and I failed it by 1 question a majority of those times, and when I finally passed it, I passed it by 1 question. So I thought, well, that's pretty fitting. But I know you'll get it. You've been in this hobby a long time, so you definitely got the concepts you need to be able to get through it. All right, let's go up to Meadowview, Virginia, and Paul, KQ4IHI. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Adam, and everybody else on the net. This is KQ4IHI. First off, I wanted to say I didn't know Claude, so sounds like I missed out, and wish his family well. Another notice is that Kim probably won't be on the air tonight. KD4WMX, his family, they have a medical emergency. So we got some parts in for mower today, so you know where I spent most of my days, seeing I haven't been mowing what I should. So we mowed to about 8 o'clock tonight when it's starting to get dark enough to not be safe out there, so we let it go. And we worked on the Radio Shack a little bit today with some ground wires I needed to run for my surge protectors over. So we've been busy today. And the dogs apparently been busy because they're just camped out here behind me in the shack dead to the world. So that's about all the news from my Meadowview Shack. This is KD. I'll get it right in a minute. I can't get my own call out. KQ4IHI. Wishing everybody 73.
Thanks for checking in tonight, Paul, and appreciate you being in there. We're going to put Ken down as a proxy check-in, KD4WMX. He did text me and let me know what was going on there. He wouldn't be on the net tonight. And I will mention, too, that I did find out very late yesterday about Claude's passing. Ben had sent me a text to let me know about it, and of course the obituary is featured at Weaver Funeral Home's website, or we also have it linked on the club's Facebook page. Had a kind of a busy day today, so I didn't have a chance to make a lot of phone calls or emails or anything, so I know a few folks are probably finding out through the net about Claude's passing, but the obituary had said that he had fell a couple times and didn't recover. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not a little while ago. I intended to. But that brings us to the bottom of the check-in list. This is N4NT with the Bristol 2-meter net. Are there any other stations that would like to check in? Please call.
Tango Lima Bravo, left in Johnson City.
Les, your transmission got clipped there at the beginning. I got the Tango Lima Bravo. What was the first part of your call? Yeah, Les, if you can copy me, I missed the first part of your call there. You were getting a little bit scratchy into the machine. Okay, well, let's try again for some more check-ins, and Les, if you're still listening there, we'll try to pick you back up after those. Is there any other stations that would like to check in? This is N4NT with the Bristol 2-meter net. Any other stations like to check in? Okay, and I'm trying to remember Les's call. Les, are you still there, or is there another station that could tell me the prefix on his call?
It's November 4, Tango Lima Bravo.
Okay, I think we got you there now. We'll go ahead and turn it to you for some comments while we got you in there, Les. Good evening.
Yes, this is November 4, Tango Lima Bravo, and John really condoles to his family and all the best and everything. So I'll say 73s to everybody. Hope everybody has a good week. I'll give it back to you, Adam, and
Okay, Les, thanks for checking in. We were going to definitely make sure, even if we lost you there, we was going to make sure that we got you credited for checking in and everything. So good to have you tonight. All right, this is N4NT with the Bristol 2-meter net. Are there any other stations that would like to check in?
Net control, please check in Kilo 9 Lima Tango Romeo, K9 LTR. This is Tom in Gray. I'll be in and out, no comments.
Okay, Tom, K9 LTR, got you checked in and out. Good signal coming in from Gray there. Full quieting into the repeater. Good to have you tonight. Thanks for checking in with us. Any other stations like to check in, please call. Okay, hearing none, well, I will mention that For Claude, visitation will be held at 1 o'clock p.m. until 2 p.m. Saturday, April the 20th, 2024, with the service celebrating Claude's life following at 2 p.m. in the Weaver Funeral Home Chapel, with Reverend Scott Price conducting the service. All right, we'll give one more call for any additional check-ins. Okay, does anyone have anything else for the net before we close? All right, as we traditionally do, we give our silent key the #1 check-in spot for those following on NetLogger. So with that in mind, we had a total of 10 check-ins tonight, counting our proxy as well. Thanks to each of you for taking time to check into the net. This is N4NT closing the Bristol 2-meter net at 9:21 p.m. and returning the W4UD repeater back to normal amateur use. 7-3 and good night.